Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Hey, it's Carrie and Rachel from Trendy. Mom's
Hey everybody.
behind the camera because Rachel has decided we're going to make a
Monument marker.
And this is a
Cage.
what's it called?
Well, it's just a cage that you can place
Is
on
it
top
called
of
Some people call them
grave saddle.
grave saddle. Okay, I like that.
So anyway, but this is what it looks like just in the when it comes out of the box.
Carrie, we're gonna sell these in packs of 3.
3, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So we have put our piece of styrofoam on top of the grave saddle.
Whatever.
Grave saddle. On top of the grave saddle. And Jenny has taken some close-ups of how you do that. It has prongs on either end that would probably secure the oasis, but then you can also go back in with a wood pick and wire to better secure that. So I've just taken a wood pick here, cut it in half. Place it on the back side. So we're going to take our wood pick and our wire and just simply run this wire up through the styrofoam. And just to better secure the wood pick, I'm going to twist the wire around it and cinch it off with some needle nose pliers just to get a better grip on it than I can with my fingers. Okay. And then I'm going to hold my wood pick in place. And this just gives it a better attachment to that wire there. So I'm just going to pull it up in the top and twist it off at the top as well. Cut off my excess and lay that down there. Okay. So now that we have the foam secure, we're going to add our greenery first.
You like my wreath I made?
We're going to be showing him a little bit later today. We've got silk leather leaf. So I'm just going to start by inserting silk leather leaf into my foam, and the stem on it is kind of long here, and you can catch.
It's barbed.
Yeah, it's barbed that it will catch that styrofoam. So if you will cut off those longer pieces here for me,
Okay.
that would be great. You can also use the cutter for that too, Carrie, if that's helpful.
Cut it off about where it starts getting thick right there?
Yes.
Is that too short?
Yeah, so let's measure it for everybody at home. I'd say cut off about 2 inches.
Okay.
It helps when you have great assistance. So I'm just going to go around the center of my styrofoam here, and then I'll work my way out. I don't really know if this is the right or the wrong way to do it, but this is just the way I've always done it. Okay, so I've got 4 pieces in my foam now.
I love this thing.
I figured you would like that.
How many of these do you need?
I've got 4, 5, let's see, I've got 4, 5, 6, 7.
They come in
8,
packs
9.
of 12.
Yeah, I think 12. Yeah,
That's fine.
So I've got 6 right now, and I'm just working my way around the foam here.
So are we doing this, obviously we're doing this in a fall.
That's right, fall colors.
Okay. And we're actually taking it to my mother's grave, which I called her Papa.
Yes, that's a very interesting story to me. I want to know more about that, please.
I have a cousin, Candy Rushing, who liked to aggravate me as a child, and my grandparents, anyway, Papa, she would say there's Papa and point to my grandmother, and anyway, early on I got confused, and my granddad's name is JT, so my grandparents were Papa and JT. So when Papa passed away, when I had AJ, he was 1. And we got to the funeral home, and she had all these flowers that had grandma and all this stuff on it, and mine said Papa. So,
well,
anyway,
she loved
so we're
it
gonna
so
put
much.
this on Papa's grave.
Right,
My
she
grandmother.
didn't care.
No, she
No.
did not care. She sat me down and asked me when I was 13 or 14 and said, now, all the other ones call me grandma, or, you can call me that, or it doesn't bother me. And I said, well, no, I don't want to change.
Why would I change now?
I want y'all to be Papa and JT. That's your name. So she let me keep it, and we kept it.
That's good. So we're going to do this in a loving tribute to Papa today.
Papa's. Sorry.
We are going to need to use
24, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to damage them are they too short?
Nope, they're perfect.
Let's see if I can cut
So
them.
so we are using 24 pieces of leather leaf here.
I got them all 12 at one whack.
There you go.
Are we using ficus too?
Yes. As I'm inserting the pieces of leather leaf, I'm kind of taking it here and just bending it a little tad to where it will hang over the monument marker. Okay. I think I'm going to take this last piece and insert it right in the top.
It looks like an overgrown kudzu.
Alright, so now we're going to introduce some of the ficus branches here. And they're a little long. I would say they are, let's measure them for everybody at home. They're about 22 inches long from top to bottom. Really 24 from that top leaf. 24 inches long. So what I'm going to do with these, just to get a variation in the greenery and a different look, I'm going to cut these in half. And I am going to insert them throughout the leather leaf. So we're probably going to use the wire cutter for this. Just going to cut these in half. As you can see, the ficus has 3 stems on it. So I'm going to cut this middle stem here off.
I was trying to figure out what was
Yep.
happening.
There we go. And that gives you a little bit of a shorter piece, easier to work with, but it's more bang for the buck. So I'm just going to take my first long piece of ficus and insert it in the top here.
You want all longs or shorts, or?
All longs at first, please.
Well,
there we go. One long piece going in the top. Okay.
Long.
long, going in the top here.
More long.
One more long piece, please. Thank you. Going in the top.
Some shorts now.
Yes.
Or do I need to cut these?
What we're going to do, I think, with the short 2 pieces here, is we are just going to cut that long stem off,
Just kind of where they.
start. Whew, it's hard on the hands.
That.
Yes, and we can use the chopper
Yeah,
for the rest of them.
those.
So I'm just going to insert these around the bottom portion of my foam. Whoop. There we go. I'm going to bend it over, bend it forward just a little bit here. Because we don't really want the monument marker to have a front or a back. So. I just inserted that in the top of my foam. Again, here in the top of the foam, in between the 2 pieces of leather leaf on the end. Okay. Okay, now we're going to introduce our silk flowers. Okay.
Well, Carrie had a hair appointment, so she's gone.
And I pulled Miss Jenny in to help me, and I'm so
All right.
thankful that she agreed to do
I
it.
will do what I can.
Okay. All right, we've got a couple of different bushes here.
What's that called?
Um,
We'll give you all the SKU numbers of everything that we used somewhere in the tutorial.
yeah,
But it didn't, I don't know what that's called.
I don't know, long
But it's
flower.
Orange and yellow.
And then we've got these orange.
And that's called, I think that's called a carnation
Carnation.
bush. It kind of looks, it looks sort of like a zinnia to me, but I guess not. Carnation is,
They're awfully pretty for carnations, that's for sure. They kind of look like a mum to me, like
yeah.
a big football
Well,
mum.
they do. They would work as either one.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you know, I don't know. People in China may not have,
May not have a concept.
I don't know. They're pretty.
They are pretty. We've got 2 of those bushes. Miss
Okay.
Jenny picked these out for us last week. So, and then we've got everybody's all-time favorite.
I love that.
This is a hydrangea.
It is, and the leaves have a little bit of rust
Uh-huh,
like on
yeah.
them, kind of with
They're
a fall
pretty.
look.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take our hydrangea. I think it'll be the feature flower
Okay.
and the monument marker. And I'm just going to cut it here off at the stem. Showing y'all at home, and then Miss Jenny can help me cut it
Extra
off.
small.
Yeah. Gotta bring in the big guns.
All right.
So I'm just gonna start, because this is a pretty long stem, I'm just gonna start with it in my center. Okay? Now, I can kind of work my greenery up around it. And then that way, I've still got several pieces of greenery left. And once I decided my height and where I wanted it to be, we can come back in and fill in with more greenery.
Okay.
So we're going to start with this hydrangea in the center and just work our way around with the hydrangeas. How many hydrangeas do we have on one stem?
5.
Okay, 5. So I'm going to do 3 kind of across the center part of the styrofoam here. Just going to put them in the foam at kind of an angle. And then I've got my other 2. I'm going to put one here, which would be our front if we wanted to have a front. And then one, I'm going to put one here on the back.
Those are really large, those heads.
They really are. They're nice and pretty. Okay, so now our smaller flower is the carnation, kind of the orange and yellow carnation, and we'll add those.
There's 12 on this.
12, okay. Good, good. So we'll kind of work those carnations in our monument marker here.
Alright, this is probably the longest one here.
Okay.
If you want the longest one first.
Please.
I don't know.
Thank you. I'm just going to kind of work it towards the camera there at an angle. I'm going to put my shorter stem on the end. Do we have another shorter stem one?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to put it on the other end here.
These are long, these are short.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to put this one kind of at an angle.
All these items we're using are on our website at Trendy, and like I say, we'll give you the list of the SKU numbers for the different things. Those are really colorful.
They are. They're so pretty for the fall. We're hoping that the fall will come on soon. It's awfully warm again here today.
That's the last long, well there's a long one.
Okay. We'll kind of put it towards the camera then. Put this one back here towards me. Turn it around so everybody can see it. Okay.
Her tombstone is a double one, so that will be pretty.
This will be pretty. Because we did have in mind that it was a larger tombstone. You might not want to do this, you know, for a smaller one.
Oh, right. Just
Yeah.
bring it all in.
But you can
You could
bring
use
it
the
all
same
in.
size frame,
That's right.
but just use
right.
smaller or shorter
Right.
pieces.
That's right. And what we've done, what we can do too is you can even cut some of your foam off too,
Oh, true.
and use a smaller piece.
Right, right,
So that way we're not using so much greenery
Right,
to
the
cover that
length.
foam.
right.
We can maybe do a shorter one day to show the viewers.
For something for like a single stone.
Right.
Single gravestone. We're gonna need both bushes of these, you think?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay. Now we'll add our long flowers, but I can't think of the name of those.
There's 4 stems.
Okay.
I'm gonna. You think this cutter will cut all 4?
It should.
We'll see. It might.
There
Oh
you
my
go.
gosh. It did.
It did. That was a big help.
Wow.
This cutter's a really good tool to have around, isn't
It
it?
is.
So I'm just going to take my one stem here, kind of work with it, and pull the flowers apart.
You know, sometimes they kind of stick together.
They do.
Oh, I see. It's made to kind of snap apart or
Right.
something there.
So just going to kind of work those around.
You may lose a bloom or two when
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
playing with that. Well, isn't that what that's made for right there, is to pull apart?
It is. Just to kind of separate it out.
Okay.
So then I'm just going to place this long stem in the top here of my marker, on top of my foam.
Now see, if you hadn't been here, I probably would have just stuck that straight in there like
Right.
that and not realized that that really is a separator there.
Right, and that you can kind of work with it.
Yeah. Rachel is our floral expert.
Well, I don't know about that, but I think one of my friends, she summed it up the best. She said, I'm just not scared to try anything.
Well,
I think that's kind of the way you have to be with flowers.
you know, and that's what you have to do with the tutorials, because you know what you have in mind, what's going to be really cute,
Right.
you know, may not turn out that
That's
way.
right, that's
Or
right.
we've done tutorials where we would make something and it'd be okay, but just not quite happy with it, and we'd come back the next day and add something else to it,
Yeah.
and it just made all the difference in the world.
Yeah. So it's just kind of a
It's-
work in progress.
Right.
Yep.
It is.
Life is kind of a work in progress. So I'm just going to put this long stem in here in the top again.
That really changes the looks of it to me.
It
The
does.
little filler flowers.
Yep. And these are this is a good filler flower. This bush has several pieces on it, and you know it's all wired, so it's easy to work with and it's easy to maneuver it the way you want it to go.
We have our fan going in the background back here. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's so humid here today. It's rainy and
It's really warm again in Mississippi.
it is. And
So we're just making our way around here, the monument marker, and just inserting our filler flower.
I've not been taking the tags off. I forgot. Did you take them off?
I did.
Okay.
It's
Just
okay.
didn't realize that. Nothing like having a tag on your flowers.
Mini pearl hat.
Yeah, that's true. Now, a lot of our folks won't know who you're talking about. Carrie wouldn't know.
Carrie wouldn't.
She wouldn't know who Minnie Pearl was.
No, she wouldn't.
We'll have to ask her when she gets back. I guarantee you she won't know.
She won't know. Saturday nights, hee-haw was a big thing at my house.
Well, Grand Ole Opera before that.
Was a bigger thing. So I'm just work my way around here, and I've inserted my filler flower.
You know, when we first started, I thought that the styrofoam is going to show. But it really doesn't. I mean, you can see it, but
You
I
can
mean,
see it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a few pieces of our leather leaf.
Okay.
I think leather leaf will be the best. And we're going
Alright.
to go back around and fill in just kind of where you can see the pieces of styrofoam to get more of a finished look.
Okay, now we've used 2 packs. We've used 24 pieces of leather leaf. And this comes in a pack of 12. So could we
Let's
use
use the
this
ficus.
instead?
Yes, that'll be fine.
And not open up another, not use
Another
3
pack.
packs of leather
Right.
leaf since
Yes.
they have to buy it in packs of 12.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. So far you've used 4 ficus.
Okay.
All right, right?
Right.
So we need, how short of pieces do you want
Well,
for that?
on this, we're going to cut this off. Let's cut these pretty short.
Okay.
So let me move the marker here out of the way so the folks at home can see it. And that's a good idea, so that way we don't have to buy another leather
Right.
leaf. Because this ficus will work just the same. So I'm going to cut it pretty short here, just so I can use the pieces. Because this is a nice long piece of ficus, and it's got plenty of greenery on it. So one stem here
Oh,
is going to give us 4 pieces.
well, I've just been cutting away over here.
No, that's fine. That's good. So that's great. We've got 4 pieces.
And when you
Off of
cut
that
this,
stem.
does it help if you cut this at an angle?
It does.
Make it sharp or?
It does.
Okay.
Yep, that's a good point too. So I'm just going to take my ficus here and just kind of look around and see where there might be an empty spot. There's an empty spot here at the top.
Okay.
So I definitely want to build up that hydrangea, and I'm going to build it up with the ficus around it.
So that's 6 ficus sprays were used.
Oh, I'm glad you're keeping up the numbers for me.
Keep up with the numbers.
So I'm just going around the top here. I'm just going to kind of build up that hydrangea, and then just place my greenery ficus wherever I kind of see a little hole, just to cover up the styrofoam.
I think the leaves make it just look so fresh looking.
I do too. It looks so real. Now, we're not going to do a bow in the
Okay.
top of this one. Carrie,
Right in.
okay. Carrie and I had talked about that before, and then you kind of talked about it. This monument marker, and it's just personal, opinion.
Right.
But I just kind of like the idea of this is just what it would look like if you came upon this and you were outside in a garden.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of, a fall garden. If I could grow plants like this,
Yeah.
flowers. I can't.
I can't. I can do ferns. That's really all I can do. But a lot of people do like to use a big bow in the center with some stringers on.
Mhm.
So if we've got some scrap ribbon, you can make a big bow and
Okay.
show how to put it on a pin.
Sure. Yep.
So that you could just put that bow if you wanted to.
Okay. I'll do that right now.
Okay. I like it. It turned out great, Rachel.
Thank you.
And it's pretty large. Well, that's almost 36 inches in length, and it's like about 27 inches. So that's a great size. And like I say, this is something my mother's gravestone is a double stone. So
Right.
it should be a perfect size for that.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
So I'm just going to set it over here out of the way a little bit for right now.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to take this, just make my bow.
See, I can't make just a handheld bow. It seems like when I do, I can never keep my loops the same size.
Right. Well,
And it's just practice.
I know, but I think people probably don't like the way I make bows. So you make the bow.
No,
No?
because somebody made a post the other day and said, now that's the way a professional makes a bow.
I don't know about a
The
professional.
rest of us have to use or not everybody, but,
Right.
bow making is just not easy for everybody.
Really?
No, it's not.
That's another thing that I've just always, I just try it and I just
Right.
taught myself, I guess.
Yeah. But for me, the hardest part, I understand what you're doing, is
Mhm.
making a loop and twisting, making a loop and twisting.
Twisting.
But to hold it in my hand like that, the hardest part is for me to keep the loops the same.
The same.
Because when I get done, I'll always have a stray, long
stray.
loop or something. But anyway.
I don't know how to make it any other way.
Well, sometimes we make bows using the bow dabro. It's sort of the same way.
Right.
Where you can actually measure and do a loop like that. But you make it like that. because
Okay.
That's the way I really want to learn how to make bows.
And I really, when you said twist, I don't get really concerned about twisting it.
Well, to keep the right, of course, this ribbon is
Wired.
It's wired, but it's the same on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Where a pattern ribbon,
Wouldn't be.
right? You got to make sure to keep that face up.
Right. So maybe if you don't have like a pattern ribbon and you just take it and hold it in your
Right.
hands.
Might be easier
Right. And then when I get through and I put my wire on is when I worry about twisting it.
getting the face up.
Mm-hmm. So
Tails
I
up.
just hold it together and don't twist so much, so that way maybe it won't get out of proportion.
And as far as how many loops, that's just based on how full you want to
How
make your
full.
bow, how much ribbon you have. This is a scrap roll of ribbon, and you've got about a yard left down here.
Okay.
So-
Okay. So I'm probably going to finish it off knowing, well, I've got this, so I'm going to go ahead and do one more loop here.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to finish it off knowing that that's all the length I have left.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm going to take a piece of wire here. Medium gauge is what I really prefer
Just
to use.
straight floral wire.
Just a straight floral wire, yes ma'am. And I've got my wood pick here.
Tangled up.
Now,
has a little bit of wire.
Right.
A floral pick with a little bit of wire on it.
I like to go ahead and cinch my bow with the heavier gauge wire because a lot of times this floral pick, this wire is not strong enough.
And right, it'll pull off that pick too.
It will. It will. So I'm going to go ahead and secure my wire around the bow. And to get the height that I know it needs to be for this monument marker, I know that this pick will not be tall enough. So I'm going to tape together 2 picks.
Okay.
Okay? So there's the 1 pick.
And they may make them larger than that. I don't know. Or you could use a small dowel.
Yes.
I've got a small dowel.
You do? Well, since I've already brought it up, I'll show everybody at home.
Okay.
If you wanted to, if all you had were 2 wood picks, then you could simply just take your second pick with its wire and wrap it around the other pick. Okay? And like we were talking about, this wire is not real sturdy. So then we're going to take our floral tape.
It's just kind of sticky,
It's
stretchy.
sticky, stretchy floral tape. And I'm just going to secure that more, I'm just going to wrap my tape around the 2 picks to give a more secure union there of the 2
Right.
picks. And I just rip it off. So that's a good tool to have, that floral tape.
Right, and you can get this. We don't sell this, or we don't sell the wood picks either, but you can get those at like crafts, you get them at Walmart, crafts stores and things like that.
So I'm just going to take my wire from my bow and attach it to my pick, wrap it around several times just to make sure it's on there good and secure. And then the excess wire I'll just cut off here with the wire cutter. Okay?
Okay. So
And then I've got a nice long pick
okay.
for my bow.
And you could just stick that down in the styrofoam if you wanted to put a
If
bow
you
on
wanted
it.
to put a bow.
Well, that's good too for if you have potted plants
Right.
in your house and you want to put a bow, a Christmas bow in your
Right.
birds or whatever. You
Right,
know, that's
yeah.
a great way to do that. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, Rachel.
Thank you.
Get this back out here. So that's our cemetery floral or
Silk.
silk.
Cemetery silk.
monument
Marker.
flower, and all the supplies came from Trendy Tree. And again, we'll give you the SKUs of all the items that we used, and you be sure and to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss our next video coming out. We've got several more videos lined up.
Our YouTube channel, right?
YouTube channel.
Yes.
What did I say?
You just said our channel.
YouTube channel.
Yes, YouTube channel.
We've got.
Sorry.
It's okay. Is that your son?
No.
Okay. Rachel's son is in service. And
Yes.
She's expecting a call.
Any minute now. He's at boot camp there in Columbia, South Carolina at Fort Jackson. So we should be getting a call any minute to let us know that he is graduating. And graduation is a week from today. So
I know you're excited.
I am. I'm very proud of him too. So
Yeah.
he's Army National Guard.
We have a lot of customers in South Carolina.
Oh, good, good.
And,
Well, I'll.
Julie with Southern Charm Wreaths.
That's right.
She lives in South
That's
Carolina.
right. Well, I'll be making my way over there next week.
Yeah. So anyway.
Anyway, I'm sorry for the
No.
interruption.
We were talking about YouTube channel.
Yes.
And what else we have coming out? We have 2 scarecrow wreaths that we're going to be working on.
Right?
And
Right.
then we have another, another Halloween, a primitive Halloween.
Primitive Halloween.
Coming out. We're going to try to do a few more fall and a little more Halloween before we move on to Christmas. Now, a lot of our customers have already moved on into Christmas, but it takes a while to get the tutorials out.
It does. It does.
To get them written
It
up and so
does.
forth. So anyway.
Right.
Thanks for dropping in. Be sure to subscribe so you see our next video and visit us at Trendy.
YouTube video. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Is that it?
Yep.
Off, Matt. Can you do that? She'd like it.
Papaw.